your master teacher of chemistry at Vedantu. So, how's everything going? All good? I know this is a recorded video and I won't be able to talk to you. But I really hope you're all doing good. And I'm back with one more video on foundation series, right? So, in the last session, we studied about scientific notation. So, scientific notation is really important. And if you have any doubts regarding any topics, okay, especially the foundation series, make sure you just leave them in the comment section. So in the next session I'll try to solve all of your doubts, okay? As this is not live, we won't be able to have a conversation, right? So you commenting on the parts you have not understood or which is not clear is very important. Only that's the way I can know how much my children have understood the topic or not. Okay, so as the title says, laws of chemical combination. So you all know elements will combine and you will get lot of different compounds, right? Same elements, carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, nitrogen oxide, nitrogen dioxide, water, hydrogen peroxide. So do they follow any law or they just randomly combine? No. So every, when the atoms or the elements combine, they have to follow few laws. Okay, so whatever it is, whichever compound is forming, whichever elements are combining, there are few laws which are followed by them. Like how we follow some laws, which is very much, it's compulsory, right? So even in the same way, our elements or atoms also follow some laws when they are combining. So this video is going to be about the laws of chemical combination, which is super important. Yes. So we have included all the laws which is not even in the syllabus of 9th and 10th standard, but I will try to make it very simple and yeah, I really hope you will understand. But if you have, as I told you earlier, if you have any doubts, please feel free to contact me. Okay, I'll leave my email ID too. Okay, so as I've told you, laws of chemical combination is a new topic, as it which has not been covered in the 9th. I guess in the 9th syllabus you will study about 2 laws, right? We have included extra laws too. Let's see. Okay, so before that, let us talk about your problems. When I was a student, I have faced few problems related to education. Okay, so I was this kind of student who wanted to learn a lot, and not only regarding the subject. I used to get some very unique doubts. I still do. I still question a lot, but that was my main concern. And what was the other problem I faced was the revision. During revision time, sometimes I used to just forget what my teachers have taught. I really was wishing, I could have replayed the recording in my head, but that never happens, right? So those were the 2 main problems I used to face when I was a student. So what are the few problems you face as a student? Which you think, which you wish, you'll get a solution. Let me just summarize it for you. Doubts. हर एक सेशन में everyone will, when you're learning something new, of course there will be doubts, and it is very important that you get it, like resolved at that moment, and otherwise you cannot carry out the doubts. Okay, then notes. You will write something, okay, we feel it is good, we will use some sketch pens, highlighters and everything. But the main problem is you will not know, okay, for 1 mark question, how much should I answer? How should I answer? How lengthy my answer should be for the 3 marks question. That is where we fail. And tests and assignments. I always tell this to my kids that it's not only about just learning. Okay, you're reading, I studied for 3 hours ma'am, 4 hours ma'am, yes ma'am, I know this chapter, but how will you know? How are you so sure that you have memorized everything or you have learned everything, you have understood everything? Only when you take up tests and assignments, right? Okay, you should be able to reproduce everything on the paper. That is when you can be sure that you have actually understood the topic. So tests and assignments are equally important. competitive exams, aaj to you know, from second standard only people, the children has to start learning coding, decoding and all that, right? They have always been one step ahead. So why are we waiting? What are we waiting for? Let's start. Let's start from today. Let's start preparing for the competitive exams. But one more thing, from where should we start? How? All those questions. Yes. That is one more problem. Then choice of schedule. If your teacher asks you to attend the session at 8 o'clock, 8 o'clock only. No one will ask you, right? Are you comfortable? Are you okay with the timings? Anji, I understand. Then is choice of language. But Vedantu is one-stop solution for all these problems. Doubts in class, doubt solving. Okay, you will have master teachers, class teachers who will solve all of your doubts. We will make sure that by the end of the session, all the doubts have been solved. Notes after every session, you will get the detailed notes and assignments will be shared with you. Test, it will be done regularly. Competitive exams, if you become a pro subscriber, so all the courses we are offering for the competitive exams, it will be free. And schedule, very important, as I told you, you will have the freedom to prepare your own schedule. If you want to attend the physics session at 6 o'clock, you will have one or the other session. At 6 o'clock, you can just go and attend. And choice of language, Hindi and English, you can choose the one you are very comfortable with. Along with that, not only that much, along with that, we have unlimited live sessions. So whenever if you're seeing a session, if you join the session, that means that teacher is teaching live. Okay, but if you were not able to attend the session, you can always watch the recording. And not only that, so after every session, you will get all the recordings. So if you are not very sure what the teacher taught you, or you forgot the important point, you can always go back and watch the recording. See, this was the main problem which I faced, but you don't have to face it because we have solved that. And all micro and crash courses, so exams are near and you want to revise everything, we will help you with that. We will do it for you. Crash courses. And my favorite is micro course. So as I told you, if the teacher is already teaching you 6 chapters, 7 chapter, but again you have started revising, you are in the 2nd chapter and you have lots of doubts regarding the topic, or you want some help to revise that chapter, take up the micro course. This is chapter wise and you can learn from the teacher you want, the time you want to learn it. And you will even get the performance reports regularly and personalized attention is given. Okay, and not only that, even after the session, we make sure that we are in touch with the students. We have different Telegram groups for different sections and you can always contact us through Telegram. If you're very happy with the solution, you're like, finally, मेरा हर problem का solution मिल गया, and you are looking forward what to do, how to get this. So all you have to do is just visit vdnt.in/ytpro, and this is the first thing that will appear, and select the grade 10th, 9th, then target CBSE 2021, ICSE 2021, Maharashtra 2021, and this is what appears. So I have explained everything already. All you have to do is just click on get subscription. So we offer 3 types of plan: 1 month, 3 months and 6 months. So if you can see, if you use this coupon SURPRO, so you will be able to get 15% discount. Okay, see, for 1 month it is 2699, but after applying the discount you will be getting it for only 2294. This is for all the plans, but I would say the 6 months is a very good plan, the best plan among the others. You can just look at it, right? So if you liked all these solution from all the problems and the bonuses, Just visit vdnt.in/ytpro and use the coupon code SURPRO. You might think, oh, 11,000, 9,000 and all that, but if you actually divide it with the number of sessions, each session will be like, I don't know, at least less than 15 rupees. Along with that, you will be getting notes, assignments, tests, competitive exams, courses also, crash courses. So this is the subscription. You are not only taking one type of course. So once you are our pro subscriber, whatever the courses we are offering, it will be free. Okay? Yes. So all you have to do is just visit vdnt.in/ytpro and use the coupon code SURPRO. Not only that, so I must say Vidya Balan is she's one of my favorite actress. I really enjoy her acting. A brilliant actress, and this time she has taken up the role of Shakuntala Devi. Genius. So let us hear from her. How was her experience? So how was it difficult for her to play this role? And you might get some inspiration from her too. Obviously you will, because such a brilliant woman she is. If you want to talk to her, if you want to attend her session, so what you have to do is just register and just head to this link vdnt.in/genius and just register it. So this will be live on Vedantu at 7 p.m. on 31st July. Even I'll be there. Let's have this master talk with the achiever Vidya Balan ji. Okay? Yes. Don't forget to register. It's for free. Now coming to our laws of chemical combination. So the combination of elements to form compounds is governed by following 5 basic laws. Okay, so whenever the elements are combining to give us a compound, so these laws will be followed. So what are those? Law of conservation of mass, law of definite proportion, law of multiple proportion, Gay-Lussac's law of gaseous volumes, Avogadro's law. So we'll study every law in detail with a lot of examples so that I can simplify it and make sure that you are able to get it. Okay? Yes. So first is law of conservation of mass. You all know that we always say balance the equation, right? But why? Reactants, then you are getting products. H2 plus O2, you are getting H2, that's it. But here you have 2 atoms of oxygen, here you have only 1 atom. So it is not balanced. Where did the one more oxygen go? So according to Antoine Lavoisier, he says that in a chemical reaction, matter can neither be created nor be destroyed. No. Okay, you cannot. So whatever the mass of reactants, if you are taking 10 grams of reaction mixture, so the mass of products has to be 10 grams too. It has to be equal. Okay, because you cannot destroy or create mass in a reaction. And even the atoms, you cannot create them. So where did that one more oxygen go? Right? That would be a big question. So that is the reason it is very important for us to balance it. Okay, so the law of conservation of mass states that the mass of reactants is always equal to the mass of products. That is the main reason why we balance a equation. Okay, see coal, you have coal here. Okay, so this is the reactant, it weighs 100 grams. And then after complete combustion of coal, so here we have done it in a, see, you are doing it in a closed thing so that nothing is escaping. So even we are considering the mass of the gas carbon dioxide also. So that is also 100 gram only. So what did you observe? Mass of reactants is equal to mass of products, no? This is what is law of conservation of mass. See, not only that, you take CaCl2 plus Na2SO4. Okay, here we have not mixed the two reactants. Okay, this has been taken in a test tube, carefully placed, and this is in a conical flask. Then you weigh it, it is 300 grams. Okay, then what you will do, you will just have to shake the conical flask so that the reactants are mixed properly, and then there will be a reaction. If you are wondering how will you know whether the reaction has taken place or not, so the reaction CaCl2 plus Na2SO4, you will get NaCl plus CaSO4 as the product. Of course, this is not balanced to NaCl. Yes, now it is. So this calcium sulfate is a white precipitate, which I can see, which is visible, right? So that will tell us that chemical reaction has taken place. So after weighing, this will be the products now, right? Calcium sulfate and NaCl is what you have in the conical flask. Look at its mass, 300.23 gram. So this is what the law of conservation of mass states. So whenever the reaction is taking place, the mass of reactants has to be equal to the mass of products, or the mass can neither be created nor be destroyed in a chemical reaction. That is our first law. That's it. Okay? Yes. Now coming to the second one, law of definite proportion, or the law of fixed proportion. So what does it say is, a given compound always contains exactly the same proportion of elements by weight. A given compound always contains, what is it? Yes. So for example, let's take water. Okay, you live in, I don't know, Kerala, Chandigarh, from all parts of the country. I live in Bangalore. Okay, we all use water. So do you think Bangalore's water is different and Chandigarh's water is different? Or the water from river, sea and tap water, they are different? So irrespective of the sources, okay, so a given compound will always contain same elements combined together in a fixed proportion. For example, let's take an example of water only. H2O, है ना? Everywhere it is H2 only, no? Huh? Or at your place is it H2O3 and all that? No, right? It's H2O. Okay. So now coming to its atomic mass. This is proportion by mass. Okay? Hanji. Now what is the atomic mass of hydrogen? It is 1. And oxygen it is 16. But you have 2 atoms of hydrogen. So I'll multiply by 2. So I'll get 2 is to 16. I can further simplify it. Hanji. 1 is to 8. So you take water from any source. Tap water, rainwater, sea water, river water. So in all that, the water it is in the ratio or proportion 1 is to 8 only. Okay, so this is by mass, and when you take it by the percentage, okay, the weight percentage, it will be 11%, 89%. See, 2 hydrogen atoms is 2 gram per mole and 1 oxygen atom 16 gram per mole. So the molecular weight will be 18 gram per mole, right? But the percentage will be 11% and 89% only. Okay, let's take another example. So that means, how else, in what other way you can define is, 1 gram of hydrogen will combine only with 8 gram of oxygen. Acha, okay, you're like, you have a very big heart. You're like, 1 gram of hydrogen. No, I'll give it 100 grams of oxygen. Let it combine. Let it be happy. But it will combine only with 8 gram of oxygen. The other, your 92 gram, it will go unreacted. It won't react. The hydrogen can react only with 8 gram of oxygen. So the ratio or the proportion by mass will be 1 is to 8. Okay, let's take one more example. 10 gram of lead, 1.56 gram of sulfur. You will get 11.56 gram of lead sulfide. Okay, yes, 10 gram, 1.56, you're getting 11.56. Okay, now what I'll do, let's see. So I will take 10 gram of lead, but I'm increasing the mass of sulfur to 3 grams. So now what we'll think, we will get 13 gram of sulfide. lead sulfide, but no, you will get only 11.56 gram of lead sulfide. The other 1.44 gram of sulfur it will go unreacted. You take anything, you take any amount of the reactants, but they always combine in the fixed ratio. Okay, yes, this is what is the law of definite proportion. You can take here NO, it is 1:1. Okay, so it's mass, and NO2 1:2, N2O 2:1, N2O2 2:2. So they always combine in a fixed proportion by mass, irrespective of the source. You can take any compound. Okay, let me give you an example of one more. Okay, we'll take carbon dioxide. Okay, carbon is, what is the atomic mass? You cannot answer no. Okay, so 12 is to 2 into 16, right? So it will be 12:32. I'll simplify it. 4 3s are 8s are 3:8. So 3 grams of carbon will only combine with 8 grams of oxygen. Bus. That's it. Okay, if they ask you these kind of questions, okay, so 3 gram of carbon is supplied with 100 grams of oxygen. So what is the mass of compound carbon dioxide formed? It will be 3 plus 8, 12 grams only. Okay, the rest will go unreacted. Please keep it in your mind. Okay, the next law is law of multiple proportions. What is multiple proportion? There we saw that was for one type of compound, right? Carbon dioxide. So carbon 3 and oxygen 8. That will be the proportion by mass. So here what does this law states is law of multiple proportion. If two elements can combine to form more than one compound, the masses of one element that combine with the fixed mass of the other element are in the ratio of small whole numbers. Confusing, eh? Achha. So I'll take A as the fixed element. Okay, it is 1 gram. Okay, and it will combine with B, but the amount, the type of compound will vary. One, it will be AB, and again it will form AB2. Okay, so if you take the ratio of this B and 2B, because AB2, right? So it should be 2B. So B and 2B, it will always, you get the whole number ratio, a very small whole number ratio. See, it's very simple. If you look at it, the same element, no, A is fixed. We have already fixed the mass. So B and 2B, so here you have taken one atom, here you have taken two atoms. So obviously, when you go with their mass, you will get in the multiples of 2. So obviously, you will end up with a small whole number ratio only. Let us look at an example. So 30 gram nitric oxide, that is NO. Okay, it is 14 gram nitrogen, which is fixed, and 16 gram oxygen, right? Because you have only one oxygen atom, so it will be 16 gram, and the ratio is 1:1. Now 46 gram of nitrogen dioxide, that is NO2, 14 gram nitrogen, 32 gram oxygen. Now if you take the ratio of 32 by 16, 1s are 2s are 1:2. Isn't this a simple ratio, whole number ratio, right? Yes. So this is what is a law of multiple proportion. See, here you have 1 gram of carbon and 1.333 gram of oxygen. Here, as it is carbon dioxide, this is carbon monoxide, so only one oxygen atom is enough. This is carbon dioxide, you need 2 oxygen atoms. So 1.33 gram. So 1 gram of carbon will combine with 1.33 gram of oxygen. Here 1 gram of carbon is combining with 2.66 gram of oxygen. So carbon monoxide is formed, carbon dioxide is formed. Take the ratio 2.666 by 1.333. You will get 2 by 1, right? This is what is the ratio. You always get it in a simple whole number ratio. Cool? Yes. So you must have observed this. Same compounds, you take sulfur, I take sulfur and oxygen, sulfur dioxide, sulfur trioxide, carbon and oxygen, carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide. So the same elements will combine in different proportion to give you different compounds. Okay? Yes. So that is what is the law of multiple proportion. I really hope it's clear. Now, okay, one more example. Hydrogen will combine with oxygen to form two types of compounds. One is water and one more is hydrogen peroxide. Water is H2O, hydrogen peroxide H2O2. So hydrogen plus oxygen, you are getting water, it will be 18 gram, right? 2 gram of hydrogen, that is 2H. Then 1 oxygen, 16 gram, you are getting 18 gram of water. In the other compound, that is hydrogen peroxide, you are taking 2 oxygen. So it is 2 gram plus 32 gram, you are getting 34 gram. Okay, so when you take the ratio of 16 and 32, again you will get the 1:2 ratio, right? Simple whole number ratio. This is what is meant by the law of multiple proportion. So the same elements combine in different proportion to give you different kinds of compounds. So if you take, if one reactant has fixed mass, okay, so the other reactant, it will have the simple whole number ratio by mass. That was our third law. Very good. Now is Gay-Lussac's law of gaseous volumes. So what does this law states is, when gases combine or are produced in a chemical reaction, so that means it can be reactants or products. Okay? So they do so in a simple ratio by volume, provided all gases are at the same temperature and pressure. So there the simple ratio was by mass. Here the reactants, the gaseous reactants or the gaseous products, they will be in a simple ratio by volume, but the important condition is they have to be at the same temperature and pressure. Okay, so here hydrogen 2 volumes, oxygen 1 volume, and you are getting 2 volumes of water. All are gases. See, it's a very simple ratio, right? So when measured at the same temperature and pressure, the ratio of volumes of reacting gases are small whole numbers, 2:1. I am not writing 1.533 is to 2.75. Very simple ratio, 2:1. 2 volumes of hydrogen reacted with 1 volume of oxygen. So by volume, right? 2:1. And this is similar to definite proportion. There it was with respect to the mass. Here it is for the volume relation. Okay? Yes. So you take N2 plus H2, ammonia, NH3, right? Here 3 will be the 3 volume of hydrogen will combine with 1 volume of nitrogen. 1:3, again a simple ratio, right? So 100 ml of hydrogen will combine with 50 ml of oxygen to give 100 ml of water vapor. Then the volume will be 100 ml of hydrogen, which is a gas, 100 is to 50 ml of oxygen, 50. You can simplify it, you will get 2:1, which is again, yes, a small whole number ratio, right? Okay, so his discovery of integer ratio in volume relationship is actually the law of definite proportion only, but by volume. That was with mass, this is with respect to the volume. Okay, cool. The next law is Avogadro's law. You know the Avogadro number, right? 6.023 into 10 raised to 23. So equal volume, what does this law states is, equal volume of all gases at the same temperature and pressure should contain equal number of molecules. I mean, you take 100 ml of hydrogen, 100 ml of nitrogen. At the same temperature and pressure, they both has to contain same number of molecules. That's it. That is, if we consider again the reaction of hydrogen and oxygen, it's our favorite reaction, huh? To produce water, we see that 2 volumes of hydrogen combine with 1 volume of oxygen to give 2 volumes of water, right? So, no unreacted oxygen. We have made sure it is balanced because all the reaction follows law of conservation of mass. Avogadro, he made distinction between atoms and molecules. See here, the hydrogen atoms, oxygen atoms are combining to give you a molecule of water. So now he made a very clear distinction between atoms and molecules. Okay? Yes. Now we can understand. Everyone knows the difference between atoms and molecules. What is there? So easy, I know. But then he made a distinction between atoms and molecules. So what does this law states? Okay, so 1 volume of hydrogen plus 1 volume of hydrogen, because we are taking 2 volumes of hydrogen, and 1 volume of oxygen, you will get 2 volumes of water vapor. But the thing is, what does the law states is, the volume, when you take equal volumes of different gases at same temperature and pressure, it will contain same number of molecules. So this is what the Avogadro's law states. Okay, see, here you have hydrogen gas, nitrogen gas, oxygen gas, and standard temperature and pressure, that is 273 Kelvin and 1.00 into 10 raised to 5 Pascal. Okay, this is the same. So we have maintained the same temperature. So we are measuring the number of particles. We are calculating the number of particles at same temperature and pressure. Look at the number of particles, and obviously same volume. That is also very important. Okay, volume has to be same. So number of particles, see, 6.02 into 10 raised to 23, 6.02 into 10 raised to 23, 6.02 into 10 raised to 23. That's what he stated, right? Equal volume of gases at the same temperature and pressure will contain same number of particles. Okay, so this law can be, I know it will be little difficult when compared to other laws, but once you are very sure of the mole concept, I'm sure this will be very easy too. Okay, so don't worry, I'll explain when the next session is going to be about the mole concept. So there I'll explain in detail. Okay, so what did we learn in this session? We studied about the laws of chemical combination, which is super important. See, you have to know, okay? See, when you know the reason behind why it is happening this way only, so then you won't have any confusion when you're writing. When you're balancing an equation, now you know the reason. Why should you balance? And we are writing 6.023 into 10 raised to 23 molecules only. Why it has to be 6.02? Now you know the reason, right? When you know the reason behind why this thing is exactly, why it is taking place in this way only, then it will be very easy to understand. So I really hope this session helped you to understand the reactions in a better way. So we learned about the laws of chemical combination, and in the next session, very important, we'll be studying about the atomic and molecular masses. Again, so do not miss the Master Talk with Vidya Balan as Shakuntala Devi. So all you have to do is it's free, vdnt.in/capital letters JEE NEET. So just register today itself so that we can have a talk with her. Very inspirational woman. So I really like her. So I'll be there too. So do not forget to join. Okay, so if you have any doubts, if you're wondering, because many of the time students do ask me that like the coupon code is not working, or they are not able to, they're lost how to do it. So first, vdnt.in/ytpro, click onto the link which is given in the description box, select the grade 10th, 9th and the target CBSE 2021, ICSE 2021, Maharashtra board, then all you have to do is just click on get subscription. So 3 months, 1 month, 3 months, 6 months. So if you apply the coupon code SURPRO, you will get some additional discount. See, before coupon, after coupon, there is difference, right? So whichever subscription is okay for you, whichever the plan is okay for you, just go ahead for it. And so after applying the coupon code, you will get this option, proceed to pay. You just have to click on it and you will have various methods to pay. You all know that, right? Yeah, that's it. So all you have to do is just visit vdnt.in/ytpro and use the coupon code SURPRO. And do not forget to like and share so that all of your friends can also learn about why exactly the elements are combining in a particular way. And you all have subscribed, right? You can always reach out to me at surabhi.r@vedantu.com and let me know in the comment section how was the session, and if you have any doubts, please you can always comment, and because I always read the comments and I try to reply to all of you also. So do let me know if you have any comments, or if you are facing some difficulty with any topic related to chemistry. We always try to bring up with a solution, because this channel is only for making students love chemistry and trying to make it easy and a beautiful subject. So yes, that's it for today. Thank you so much. Till now it was Surabhi, your master teacher of chemistry at Vedantu. Bye bye. Take care.